Don't turn your back away from a lament for the human condition. Grief must be welcomed in some way. Sorrow is a beautiful doorway. Sadness. You know, the emotions, the feelings that have that weight to them, that depth to them, the ones that take us down into what seems like the darkness of our experience. In many ways, the ones that are so frightening, the ones that destabilize us and threaten or seem to threaten our very existence. Grief, sorrow. The lament, I call it. The lamenting. I say, don't turn your back on these. Don't just turn away from them because they're too painful. They're messengers. They carry messages of our humanity. They carry something for us that say, you must go deeper. There's depth here. There's depth in us. But not when you continually turn away from them as though they're the enemy and they're the thing that are wrecking the equanimity or stability or joy or peace or happiness. And if it only wasn't for the grief or the joy or the sorrow or the lament or the even despair, disillusionment, to be disillusioned. And if it wasn't for those, I'd be okay. But you see, to keep fighting, to keep struggling with those depth feelings of us perpetuates the suffering of them, because most of the suffering of them is in the resisting of them. They're not easy to allow because we're all trained to avoid them, and we've built in many ways, or conform to, or seek to conform to a society that denies them, that turns away from them. This is largely why we don't particularly live in a wisdom culture. We live in a culture that's actually, in many ways, not always, but generally demeans the passage of life as it goes on. Your value becomes less as you get older into your 60s, 70s and 80s, unless you're a star, of course. But even then, your time is limited as a star, the 30s, 40s, maybe 50s, and then after that, you're hanging on in some way. And that's because we don't value the wisdom culture, but the wisdom only really comes when the richness and depth of life has been embraced in its fullest. And that means the breaking open of us through opening to failure, opening to grief, opening to the sorrow, opening to the despair and disillusionment, without just giving them endless stories of my sorrow, my grief, my life, my failure, all of this stuff, to actually broaden out and to recognize on a deeper and deeper level that although these things are personally felt, they're actually part of the human condition of growth, of wisdom, of maturation. We mature through time. And as we mature through time, so the tree in the forest or the, whatever creature, we have these experiences and they forge us. But in order to forge us, we have to accept them, open to them. I was going to say welcome them, but it's too inviting a word. But there is a certain welcoming in the sense of neutrality, of saying, well, this is arising, therefore it's here. It's arrived at my door. It wants to come in. If I keep saying no, what's going to happen to it? It's going to turn into a ghost. So to not be haunted by one's darkness, one needs to say yes to these things. One needs to say yes to the grief, yes to the sorrow, yes to it all. You don't have to have a party about it, but there does have to be a kind of soft yes to it, and at least bring awareness to the fact that these feelings, these emotions, these feelings, both personal and collective, are part of the rich tapestry of us. And we can't just, push them away if we want that depth. It just doesn't work like that. So this is just that quick reminder, or bringing attention to, that if those qualities arise and are arising in you, then embrace the lament of yourself and of your opening. In many ways, these are the doorways to the divine, because they take us beyond our limited range into a recognition of suffering through the personal, but into the collective, into the nature of the realization that life, as we know it, is a duality on the level of form, and a duality on the level of form, such as we experience on this level of reality, comes with the joy, but it also comes with the sorrow. It comes with the profound love, but it also comes with heartbreak. It comes with some success, and it comes with failure. It comes with opening, and it comes with breaking. And to open to the all aspects of them, almost with equanimity and equalness, to weigh them both ultimately as the same, means we've touched and gone to something that is more source, something that is more essential than just the attachment to the good and the rejection of the negative, or the attachment to the negative and the rejection of the good or the positive. It means we've gone down into the union of us, into the wholeness, into the essential oneness of us, which means that we recognize, can see that all things of form are dual, and that all things of form, when they're explored, investigated, and embraced in some way, take us into the union of us. And that's the divine nature of us.